Good morning and welcome back to Black Label Garage. It's Matt and Ben in the shed this morning. I think we're going to have a bit of help arrive the Savo, but we've worked out we've got 5 working days between now and TUFF truck.
Yeah.
So really this is the final big push to get this all done. We've had a bit of a chat about it this morning. We've got some direction. First job on the list is sorting out these cutting brakes, because if anything's going to be important at TUFF truck, it's being able to turn sharp. Yeah. Because where we're going to lose points is hitting cones, because we just can't turn enough. So, plan is to get these off. We'll wire wheel all of the cast brackets, get all this cleaned up. Second caliper in there. I think Ben had a great idea. We're just actually going to cut this mount here off.
Build one tab that basically follows this divot here that comes up. We can get this front edge mounted solid, so we know where that is. And then basically we'll be able to just swing the caliper down into the right position so we can build this back tab and get it exactly where we need it.
So that's the plan for this morning. Hey, just quickly before we go any further, let's have a look at the list.
Righto, so I've got a bit of stuff done.
I was on holidays enjoying myself. Ben was here.
Yeah.
Pulling diffs apart.
So this was the fun one. This was Good Friday. This. Always good smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's sorted.
The evidence is on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's done. The seatbelt sucked down, I've done that as well. Fitted the washer and wipers, that's all done, that's sorted. The rear chassis mod matte finished this morning. The cutting brakes will get done today, the rear calipers will get done today. And then we're getting close.
Yep.
So
bring it on. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So these are the rear cutting brakes. We've done them individually so that we could work out getting them straight on the disc, which has actually worked out quite well. Now we just need to basically get all of this together. So just waiting on caliper shims and some banjo fittings, and then we can get all the brakes together. And I'll wait till we actually do that next time, but I like some of the redundancies that Ben's got for this, just to make sure that if we lose a brake line, there's enough braided line to be able to just stretch those through and have normal brakes as a backup.
Do you want them to stop moving?
I can tell you this just does not feel right.
So King Chrome were kind enough to send us a bunch of their 1/2-inch ratchets, brand spanking new, and we're about to cut them up because we want to use the handles for the cutting brakes. So
Still doesn't feel right, but here we go.
feels pretty gangster cutting the head off a brand new one. Did you cut it straight or what?
Yeah, close enough.
Ish. All right, we figured we probably should actually do some kind of test with this. We're going to actually put one of the spare cutting brake handles we had lying around on one of the spare heads that we've got left, and then we're going to try and break it. Because, well, why are we going to do that?
Do is it break when we're in the car, so.
Yeah. All right, let's see how this goes. That just feels so wrong. But seriously, how good is that gonna look?
What's going on here, Matt?
Oh man, every time I come around here, I can't help but pull the trigger on something before I've plugged it in. I don't think I've ever worked on the truck without doing it at least once.
Once or every time?
Every time. All right, so these are our current handles for the cutting brakes. We're upgrading to this beautiful piece of jewelry here from King Chrome. So we'll cut these off, get these on, move on to the next thing. What's going on here, mate?
Just measuring some shit.
What are we fitting?
Light bar.
It's like,
Ooh. Got the brand spanking new chase bar from PowerTech Industries.
need another.
I get this strange urge to run. Yeah, beautiful.
So, we did a thing.
We did do a thing. Somehow Ben convinced me that this was a good idea to do now and not after Tough Truck. How many days have we got left? Like actual days? Like
13.
13 days till Tough Truck. And I think we've got maybe 3 of those days that we can actually work on the truck. Yeah. So the thing that we did is, ta-da! This chassis used to go down in through here. And the reason we've cut all of this out is so that when this comes up, the heims can come all the way up into the bottom of the sump here and just give us a little bit of bump.
Yeah, about 2 inches we're going to gain out of it. So.
Yep. Otherwise, we normally kick around with the diff pretty much sitting on the bump stops. So it's just going to make it just more drivable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not something that by any means was necessary for Tough Truck. Lowering the rear was definitely going to be a bigger advantage, but now when we suck it down, it's going to look much more like a race car.
When you suck it down.
Oh, fuck you. On that note, this is what it used to look like. So you can sort of see what we're doing is just coming straight through here and just cutting all of this out. And it just opens all of this up. Oh, and then for those that are freaking out about what we're doing to the chassis, what we're actually going to do is bring another piece in the top here to basically brace all of this back up. So, and then what we cut out under here is going to get replated, and we'll worry about putting some hydraulic bump stops in later. But for now, we've just got some solid steel ones in there to stop us from punching a hole in the sump. It's one of those kind of pain in the ass jobs that we've been putting off for a while that we know we wanted to do. And it's like, you know what? We're in here, we're pushing hard. Let's just cut it off, and then you have to fix it.
And really, like if you look at our list, it is getting less. So we're just about there, really.
Yeah. Actually, if you got a pen,
Yeah, look at this one.
Holy crap. Pens for days. Yeah. One thing we can definitely cut off is the cutting brake handles. We haven't actually finished the cutting brakes yet, but they're not far off.
Yeah, the calipers are there. I just got to plumb them.
Fit and wire the light bar. Ben's actually been getting into that, and Greg, Ben's dad's actually at the back of the truck at the moment, wiring up the chase bar. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, so look, I think that's going to be today's efforts anyway. There's no way we're going to get into anything else other than that. So we'll just focus on getting this chassis back together, get the wiring done, And then between now and Tough Trucks, there's going to be lots of little bits and pieces. And then really the last week, we just want to focus on going through and just getting it tidy, giving it a good clean, respraying bar work, the old Tough Truck black. Cool, keep pushing. Joy's over here wiring up the lights.
Thanks.
Loves being on camera. Benno trying to get this bump stop out.
Alright.
There we go, fits all right. Oh yeah, nice. So you can see here we've cut away all this underneath. We've got to go through and clean this up a little bit, but I'm making some plates to fill all of this in. And then, yeah, Benno's just made this little taco gusset, I guess you could call it. It's going to get welded in the top here and give some strength back to the front of the chassis. But yeah, now we've got plenty of room for activities down here for the hydraulic ram to come through doing these ones. All right, another job to tick off the list. Bit and wire the rear lights. Yeah, beauty. Getting through it. Cool. So we got this box gusset in there. Ben's knocked these up. Stoked with it. We've got all the plates and everything cut out. They're going to go up underneath. It's just time to glue it all together.
Send it. That is starting to get close on me.
So we're just taking the front grill out so that we can take the winch out. So we can get in here, weld all of this out. And then we're gonna sand it all back and give it a nice coat of bull bar black to get the whole front end looking nice and fresh. So, much success, mate.
Success.
We've put all of this back together. All the chassis is re-welded now. We've got all the plating and everything in underneath here. And we've just semi-cycled the front, but we've got plenty of room now for the steering to come through here. That's all chopped out. And bump stops, which Ben's got here, basically we've just worked out, take 50 mil off each of those. And yeah, it gives us 2 inches till the bump stops now. And as you can see here, the limiting factors that we had were the lines coming off the PSC steering, and we were getting close to the Heims, but plenty. See, the only place where we're having any contact is here, but we've got to do the alignment, and that's going to come over, as you can see. We've just got a little bit here, so it's going to come this way anyway. And the only time that can ever hit like full bump is if we jump it. Yeah. You know, doing what we're doing, rock crawling, we're never going to have both diffs come up hard at the same time like that. I mean, maybe if we do a big drop off or something, but even then I don't think it's going to be a problem. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, the top control arm got a little bit of a gap through here. And there's no chassis modifications within 300 mil of the front of the chassis. No chassis mods start till here. You know, our engine mounts are still factory, and the next thing that gets modified is we've got some mounts on the cross member, but apart from that, chassis is still complete till the B pillar. So
yeah, just past the B pillar.
Yeah. So Tough Truck rules are you can't modify the chassis for 300 mil forward of the firewall, and you can't modify the chassis until the back of the B pillar, which we've done here. So clearance at the back so that this control arm can come up, and clearance at the front so that these can come right up and the steering can come right through here. So you can see, because we've got the big heavy recovery point at the front, we've actually boxed this back in underneath here with some big fat 6mm, just to make sure that everything's still got plenty of strength in it. And the way that this is all boxed in here, I'm really not concerned with anything ever breaking or ripping apart. All right, so we worked out we need to cut about 54mm off each of these. We are going to grind the paint off these bump stops so that we can weld the new strike pad on. Once we've got these on, we're going to jack it up to make sure we don't have any clearance issues. And then I reckon that's going to be about it for the night.
Yep.
Just lower in the front dip, so once Matt's welded up these bump stops, we can put the bump cans in and then jack it back up and make sure that everything clears, mate.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's been a big day.
It's been a massive day, but a very productive weekend.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
we've just been discussing the fact that having a list has probably helped us really kick some goals, but we've got the back pretty much back together. We've got to sort out some bolts for the new calipers because we don't have any extras. Yeah. Anyone watching this has any GU brake caliper bolts? Hit me up. You know what? It's been a good day. We've done heaps of shit. We've ticked pretty much everything off the list, yeah, and we're on track to be as ready as we can be, yeah, for Tough Truck. Yeah. So
send it.
See you next week.
See ya.